I walk into the wedding hall carrying a tray of crystal glasses, keeping my eyes down, trying to stay invisible. But the bride doesn't let me. The moment she spots me, she freezes, then smirks like she's found dirt on her perfect floor. She steps toward me, her lips curling. "Keep this poor-looking girl away from my guests," she snaps. Laughter follows. My cheeks burn. If only she knew the truth. If only she knew that the man she is marrying today is my father. And I'm the secret he never discovered. What happens when humiliation meets the truth she never saw coming? I steady my breathing, pretending her words don't cut me, pretending I'm used to being treated like nothing. But today feels different. Today, the insults sting in a place I didn't know existed. Because I'm not just some catering girl walking into a rich person's world. I'm walking into my own bloodline. My own stolen life. My mother spent years hiding me, protecting me from this very family. And now I'm standing in their perfect kingdom, watching them laugh. How does a girl raised in poverty handle the moment she realizes she's standing inside her father's empire? My name is Alyssa. I'm 23. I grew up with second-hand clothes, leftover food, and a mother who worked until her hands cracked. When she died, the only thing she left me was a photograph. A man with warm eyes and a smile that looked like it belonged in a life far richer than ours. She whispered his name with regret and love. She told me he never knew about me. That he would have taken care of us, if he had known. And now I'm standing in the mansion he owns. What happens when a hidden daughter steps into the world that should have been hers? The mansion feels unreal. Marble floors so polished I see my reflection. Chandeliers so bright they look like floating suns. I shouldn't be here, but fate dragged me in. I'm supposed to serve food, refill glasses, smile quietly. But every step feels heavier, like the house is trying to tell me something, pulling me toward the truth I've been afraid to face. The catering manager snaps at me. "Move faster, Alyssa." I nod, staying quiet. But the bride doesn't look away. She stares at me like I'm a stain on her perfect day. Why does the bride act like she's seen my face before? She walks straight toward me, heels tapping like weapons. She grabs my wrist and looks at me with disgust, as if touching me ruined her manicure. "You do not belong near the guests," she says loudly. "Stay out of the photos. People will think we hired from the streets." Her bridesmaids giggle behind her. For a moment, I see something familiar in her eyes. A shadow of someone from Mama's past. Someone who hurt her. Someone who destroyed everything. I pull my wrist back gently. She has no idea who she's talking to. What will she do when she learns she insulted the millionaire's own daughter? I try to shrink into the background, carry the tray, keep moving, but she's relentless. The bride keeps circling me like a predator, whispering insults loud enough for everyone to hear. Really, they should have sent someone else. Look at her shoes, look at her hands, does she even know etiquette? My stomach twists. I've been humiliated before, but never in a room this grand, never in front of this many people. I glance at the groom for any hint of support. His eyes meet mine, frozen, almost haunted. He knows something I don't yet. What secret does the groom recognize before anyone else? His gaze pierces through the chaos. I catch his lips moving, a whisper only he hears, but it stops him in his tracks. Something flickers in his eyes, a recognition, a shock, a memory. The bride doesn't notice. She's too busy enjoying her little victory over me. But I see it too, that pause, that heartbeat of uncertainty. I know the moment is coming when all pretenses fall. When the perfect wedding cracks and everyone sees the truth. And I have been waiting for this exact moment for my entire life. Who will realize the truth first? I move toward the dessert table, my hands steady, though my heart races. The bride's voice cuts behind me. "Stop trying to act important, girl." A few guests glance my way. I pretend not to hear, but I notice whispers, questioning looks, fleeting glances. Then, someone older in the corner, maybe a distant relative, pauses, squints at me. Recognition flickers in her eyes. She mouths something, but the bride interrupts, dragging her away. My pulse quickens. Something is about to unfold. I can feel it. This is the moment when a lifetime of secrets begins to unravel. Who's connecting the dots, and how much will they reveal? I glance at the groom again. His hand brushes the edge of a table, and he freezes, staring at me as if seeing a ghost. I take a cautious step closer, holding back tears. The bride, oblivious to everything, continues her tirade, smirking at her friends. But now the room shifts. There's tension in the air. The whispers grow louder. Everyone feels it. Something monumental is about to happen. My heart beats faster, every fiber in me aware that one moment from now will change everything, for the bride, for the groom, for me. How does it feel to stand in the middle of a secret no one else knows? I hear my name whispered behind a door, a small, trembling voice, full of recognition. Alyssa? The groom's assistant? A guest? I don't know. But my stomach flips. I clutch the tray tighter, pretending nothing happened. The bride continues her public humiliation, unaware that my identity is about to shake the foundation of her perfect day. The chandeliers glitter above, but all I see is a lifetime of missing pieces clicking into place. And I know, the moment to reveal the truth is coming. She has no idea who I really am. What will happen the second she realizes the girl she mocked is the millionaire's daughter? I hear hushed whispers from the corner of the room, guests pointing, eyes flicking toward me. Some mouths form my name, others shake their heads in disbelief. The bride doesn't notice, she's too consumed with her own superiority. But I feel it, the tension building, the storm about to break. Every step I take is deliberate, every breath measured. I glance at the groom, whose eyes remain fixed on me with a mixture of shock and recognition. This is the moment years of waiting, of wondering, of hoping culminate into one impossible, unforgettable confrontation. Will the truth be revealed before the bride realizes it? My hands shake slightly as I lift a crystal glass to serve a guest. But it doesn't matter, my focus is elsewhere. Across the room, the bride laughs cruelly at my expense, enjoying the humiliation she thinks is mine alone. She has no idea that every word, every sneer, is driving me closer to a moment she can't undo. I see the groom stiffen, his gaze locking onto the locket hidden in my pocket, a locket Mama gave me, a locket he'll recognize before anyone else. I know the revelation is seconds away. What happens when a small object holds a lifetime of secrets? The locket slips from my pocket without warning. Time slows as it hits the marble floor, a soft metallic chime echoing across the hall. The groom's eyes widen instantly. He steps closer, unaware of the bride's continued tirade. Guests glance at the sound, murmuring. The bride freezes for a moment, annoyed, but she doesn't understand. I kneel to pick it up, holding it in my hand, feeling the weight of years, the legacy of a truth she cannot yet comprehend. Everything is about to change in the blink of an eye. Who will recognize the locket first, and what will it reveal? He approaches, voice barely above a whisper, "That locket, where did you get it?" My heart races, every nerve on edge. I clutch it tighter, the small gold chain pressing into my palm. The bride huffs, impatient, "Stop talking to the help." But he ignores her. His eyes search mine, searching for answers, searching for something he thought he'd lost long ago. A silence falls over the room, heavy and suffocating. I know in that moment that my life, the bride's life, and everyone in this room is about to be forever changed. What will happen when the millionaire sees the child he lost? He kneels slightly, reaching out for the locket, and his hands tremble. My chest tightens. "Tell me your mother's name," he whispers. The bride gasps, her face contorting with confusion and suspicion. The guests murmur, sensing something monumental unfolding. I take a deep breath, my voice shaking slightly. Her name was Margaret. Instantly, recognition flashes across his face, a lifetime of searching and longing condensed into a single, raw moment. My heart pounds as I realize the secret I've carried for years is about to surface in a way no one here will ever forget. How will she react when the truth finally comes out? He looks at me, eyes wide with disbelief, voice trembling. Alyssa, it can't be. I nod, clutching the locket. The room grows quiet, guests holding their breaths. The bride's smirk falters. Confusion crosses her face. She steps closer, trying to regain control, but the air has shifted. The truth is spreading faster than she can react. Every insult, every snide comment she made toward me, boomerangs back with gravity. I can feel the weight of her humiliation building. How will she survive the moment she realizes she insulted the millionaire's daughter? The groom stands straighter now, holding the locket in his hand. She's my daughter, he says, his voice calm but unyielding. Gasps ripple through the crowd. The bride freezes, mouth open, eyes wide. Her facade crumbles under the weight of revelation. No, this can't be, she stammers. I stay still, letting the words sink in. I don't need to raise my voice. The truth is loud enough on its own. The audience's murmurs swell into whispers of shock and awe. For the first time, the power in this room shifts, fully to me. Will the bride survive being exposed in front of everyone? She steps forward, her tone panicked, trying to reclaim her authority. Wait, I didn't mean, I raise my hand slightly. Silence falls instantly. You meant every word, I say softly, letting my calmness strike harder than her yelling. The guests stare, captivated by the unfolding scene. Their whispers now carry judgment. The bride's face is pale, sweat beading at her forehead. I feel the years of humiliation and longing inside me settle, like justice finally taking its natural place. Today, I am seen, I am heard, and she has no defenses left. How does it feel when the tables finally turn? The groom steps closer, protective and resolute. She's my daughter, and I won't let you speak to her that way, he says, voice carrying across the hall. Guests gasp again, their attention snapping fully to us. The bride trembles, struggling to form a coherent sentence. I stand tall, letting her discomfort fill the room. Every insult she hurled, every laugh at my expense, comes crashing down around her. The perfect wedding she planned has crumbled, replaced by a revelation that leaves everyone shocked, silent, and awestruck. What happens when humiliation becomes public and irreversible? Her friends start murmuring, she always had a cruel streak, she married for money, she thought she could control everyone. The whispers grow louder, echoing through the hall like a verdict. The bride's face pales further. My father, my real father, stands beside me now, holding my hand. I glance at him, feeling a warmth I've never known. For the first time, I belong somewhere. The room is heavy with shock, realization, and judgment, and the bride can no longer hide behind her arrogance. Will she ever recover from being exposed? The groom turns to me, tears in his eyes. I've searched for you for so long, he whispers. I feel the tears sliding down my cheeks. The relief, the joy, the love I've missed all these years come crashing down in one wave. Guests watch silently, some wiping their own eyes. The bride tries to speak, but no one listens. She is muted by the weight of truth, by the realization that she underestimated the one girl she tried to humiliate. The daughter is finally recognized, and the world she tried to control has shifted completely. How does it feel to finally be seen after years of being invisible? I step forward, slowly, letting the locket glint in the chandelier light. I forgive my mother's enemies, I say quietly, letting every word resonate. My voice is soft, but it carries authority. The bride's mouth opens, but nothing comes out. My father hugs me tightly, whispering, "You're home now." The guests murmur in awe, some applauding softly. Every insult she threw at me bounces back upon her. The perfect image she tried to maintain has shattered. Today, truth wins, and she can't control the narrative anymore. What happens when forgiveness meets ultimate justice? The bride finally finds words, stammering, I didn't know. I shake my head gently, letting the silence do the talking. My father stands beside me, protective and proud. Every eye in the room is on her, and she realizes, too late, that her actions have consequences. The laughter she expected from humiliating me has turned into judgment. She is powerless. I am not. Every secret she relied on has been exposed. Every insult she threw is now reflected back on her. The balance of power has shifted permanently, and I feel an overwhelming sense of triumph. Can she ever rebuild her reputation after this? I feel my father's hand tighten around mine. "You're my daughter," he whispers, tears in his eyes. I cry freely, a lifetime of longing pouring out. The bride stands frozen, exposed to everyone, realizing she has lost everything. Guests whisper, some crying, some applauding. The wedding is over, not with flowers and music, but with truth, revelation, and justice. I finally belong. I am finally recognized. And the bride who humiliated me? She will never forget this day. Today, I take my place in the family I was born into, and the world knows the truth. And that is how the girl they humiliated became the daughter everyone will remember forever.